Now, there's been a sensational twist to the investigations in the Coimbatore terror blast case. Times now has accessed a Jihad note recovered from Jamesha Mubin's residence, the man who was actually killed in that blast that took place on the 23rd of October. Drawings have been recovered, flowcharts, as well as slogans on notes that claim that the perpetrators in this case will destroy anyone who touches the house of Allah. Those are the claims that have been recovered in the literature from Mobin's residence state. A slate has also now been recovered with Jihad scrawled in bold letters on it. So let's in fact go through some of the claims made in the literature and the flowcharts that have actually been recovered from Jamesha Mubin's residence. Remember that he's the prime accused in this matter and he was killed in those blasts that took place in Coimbatore on the 23rd of October. Now let's just go through this particular flowchart, which actually draws a distinction between the kind of people who can actually be indoctrinated in this entire process of jihad. It claims, and these are Arabic as well as Tamil inscriptions on the letters that we managed to access. It claims that jihad is duty, at least that's one of the claims being made, and it segregates people into three groups: the children, the youth, and the elderly. The youth as well as the children are those that these Islamists believe are ripe for indoctrination, and humanity as a whole is actually divided into a category of believers and non-believers. The non-believers have been in fact categorized by the use of the word kafir. Muslims and kafirs. That's how this particular flowchart segregates the human population. And who are the ones who are in fact ripe for indoctrination? It's those who are youth or young as well as children. The literature also claims that the people who are being indoctrinated are supposed to destroy anyone who will touch or dares to touch the house of Allah. So extremely incendiary rhetoric that is present in the literature that's now been recovered by the NIA on this particular matter. Let me in fact go across to Prapanch, who's managed to access all this material that the NIA has now managed to incorporate as part of its investigations. Prapanch, so the execution in terms of terror activities and bomb blasts is something that was the modus operandi of these terror modules, but also indoctrination that was very critical in order to brainwash youth as well as children for the purposes of jihad.
That's right. We have in fact there are several documents that have been given to us. In fact, it was recovered allegedly from the Jamesha Mubin's residence, and where it shows the people are categorically split into three, where elderly and children are weak, and the youth are strong, and children and elderly, it is not their duty, that jihad is not their duty, and only for the strong jihad is their duty. These kind of materials were found, and subsequently there are also in fact materials about what the classifications of people divided into kafirs and Muslims, which is essentially believers and non-believers, and subsequently it talks about the literature